Welcome to the Fantasy Forecast Fastlane Show, previewing the NASCAR Cup race at the Daytona Road Course. I am your host, the coach, Philip Kraft. This is our in-depth driver breakdown for the Cup race on Sunday. I am providing the best DFS NASCAR content out there that is not behind a paid subscription. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. That way you are alerted every time I drop a new video. Last week, I had put just a couple of $4 entries into one of the big tournaments, and with 3 laps to go, I was in first place, winning $20,000. However, NASCAR DFS can lift you up and drop you back down to earth. I was so excited watching the end, I may have just won $20,000 is what I was thinking. I had those endorphins pumping. I called my wife in to watch the last couple of laps. Then after the race, I said, okay, let me double check to see if I kept my standing. But there it was. One of my drivers fell further back, lost some spots, and it dropped me to winning only $15. Talking about a rush and then feeling the agony of defeat. But it's that thrill that keeps me coming back each week. If I wasn't successful, I wouldn't be doing it, and I wouldn't be cranking out content for you guys. So without further ado, so what we know about the Daytona Road Course? Nothing! We know nothing. These drivers have not practiced on this road course ever. We know nothing. This is going to be the first time they have ever seen this track. Sure, they've run the Daytona Big Super Speedway, but they have never ran on the road course. So they don't even know what to expect. So what I've done is put together the all-time Cup stats at all the road courses to find our best overall road course racers. So in our breakdown, it's color-coded for easy reading, and you can actually download this breakdown on our Twitter page. It's at DFS Fantasy, the number 4 cast. That's at DFS Fantasy 4 cast. So when you see blue, means best, green equals good, yellow, use caution, and red is a total fade, do not play that person. I make it easy. I do not like fading colors in and out. I know for me, I'm 41 years old. When I start seeing colors faded in and out, I'm like, wait, what? Who's that? Wait, what? So I make it very clear. Blue are the guys that I like the best. Green are going to be good. Yellow, use caution. Fade, no play, don't play them. So here we go. Starting off at the top, our number 1 play for Sunday's race is Ryan Blaney. He is also the most expensive, but he is starting 24th. On road courses, he has an average finish of 12.2. He also has 1 win at a road course, and he has 0, I repeat, 0 DNFs with 10 races under his belt. He is my top play for Sunday's race. Number 2 comes in with Chase Elliott at 10,300, starting in 7th place. He's got an average finish of 10.5, so he should be getting us a top 10. He has 3 wins at road courses with 10 races under his belt. That is simply amazing. He is just under Ryan Blaney for our fantasy forecast score, where Ryan Blaney scored at an 18. Chase Elliott scored at a 17. What really helps Ryan Blaney is him starting back in the 24th position. So that is going to allow him to move up and get those differential points. Where Chase Elliott is starting 7th, and yes, he could very well win this race, but there's not a lot of differential points to be had. With that being said, though, 7th place, if he moves up or stays in 7th or stays in the top 10, he's going to get you plenty of points with those top 10 points. Now, Clint Boyer at 3rd, 8,800, starting in the 12th position, has an average finish of 11.7. He also has 1 win on road courses out of 30 races. He's got 40% top 5s, and you're going to notice there's not a lot of high percentages for top fives, but 40 is actually the top. So Clint Bowyer and Chase Elliott are tied for the top for top 5 percentage at 40%. Top 10, he's got 17 top 10s, which is 57% of the time, 25 top 20s, which is 83% of the time. And he's led some laps on road courses. Clint Bowyer has proven that he is a pretty decent road course racer. So I do like Clint Bowyer. And a lot of people may not even be on Clint Bowyer. They may be thinking, oh, he hasn't raced well. Oh, he's just an oval guy. No, these stats are showing us something different. Do like Clint Bowyer. Now we get to Kyle Busch at 9,800, who has ran better last week at the 2 Michigan races. He ran well. He is starting in 4th place. He has an average finish of 13.75 on road courses, but he has 4 wins out of 32 races. Pretty decent. Don't mind a little Kyle Busch today, and he is under 10K. Martin Truex Jr. coming in the 5th spot at 10,100. He's starting in 3rd place. I don't mind it. I mean, he is one of the better plays. He's in blue. He's one of my best scorers. However, he's got an average finish of 14.13. So he's got a start-finish difference of -11. But he has 4 wins on the road courses. So he can definitely get it done. Martin Truex Jr. could very well get up there and get a win. We're not really looking at a dominator because there's just not going to be that many laps. So dominator points they're going to be minimal. You only get 0.25 points for leading the lap. And I didn't even look to see what the laps are, but a road course is usually a lot longer and there's a lot less laps. So you're not going to get that many points for laps led. But you're going to get the most points for where they finish and if they move up a lot. Martin Truex, obviously, if he's starting 3rd, he's not going to get you the differential points to move up because he's already starting up near the top. However, if he stays there or if he wins a race, great play, which he very well could do. Next, we got Jimmie Johnson at 8,100, starting in the 11th spot. He has an average finish of 14.45 on road courses. He has 1 win on road courses. Next best stat is he's got top 20% or top 20, 79% out of 38 races. Decent. He's got 3 DNFs, but out of that many races, he's still in the green for DNFs at only at 8%. Did not finish. So I like Jimmy. I would say he's a decent play. All right, then we get to Daniel Suarez, 6,900, starting in the 31st position. Guys, he was in blue. He was one of the best plays that I had on the board. He scored out very well. Keep in mind, where he scores is where he had previous great equipment. His equipment is not that great anymore. However, this is a new course nobody has practice on. Daniel Suarez is from Mexico. Before he got to NASCAR, he raced on the road courses in Mexico. This guy can get around a road course. So even though he's got lesser equipment, his talent on the road courses is good enough for me. At 6,900, starting in the 31st position, I do like Daniel Suarez this weekend. I will be playing Daniel Suarez. Next, we got Kevin Harvick at 9,600. Oh, a little cheaper price for Harvick this week. He is starting in 1st. Ooh. Average finish 12.5 on road courses. He has 2 wins. He's got good stats on road courses. But when you start 1st, if you drop out of the top 5 or top 10, you're losing points. Every position you lose, you are losing 1 point. Kevin Harvick could win it, but I'm saying that he's not. He's not going to win it. He's not a bad play. He's probably still going to get you positive points. But if you're going after the big money tournaments, you got to fade Kevin Harvick. You got to just say, nope, can't do it. They're just unless he leads the entire way and wins the race, he's not really going to pay off. He's not going to maximize the points because he's probably going to drop back. If he's got an average finish of 12.5, which is one of the best on the board for average finishes on road courses, I hate to say it, but Kevin Harvick is a little off my radar this weekend, which could come back and bite me in the butt. Kurt Busch, 8,400, starting in the 8th position. He has an average finish of 14.63. He does have one win on road courses. Yeah, another decent guy. And for the price, 8,400. Yeah, not bad. He could definitely finish in the top 10. Top 10 from the 8, starting from the 8th position. You're doing pretty good. Not a lot of upside there, but maybe not a lot of downside either. Could have a lot of downside. If he wrecks, that could hurt you pretty bad, starting in the 8th position. Next, 8,200, Alex Bowman, starting in the 27th position. Now that's intriguing. Average finish of 18.2, start finish difference of 9. He has 2 top 5s out of 10 races. That's 20%. 3 top 10s, 30%, and 6 top 20s, so that comes in at 60%. I will probably be firing up some Alex Bowman. I'm much more excited about Alex Bowman's potential for getting points than I am Kurt Busch at 8,400. So very similar price range there. I do like Alex Bowman slightly better than Kurt Busch. Brad Keselowski, 10,600, starting in the 17th position. All right, Brad. Looking at it on the paper, starting in 17th position, you're like, oh my goodness, let's eat up those points where he's going to be passing people. I'm going to say pump the brakes. Brad he's got decent stats. Brad Keselowski is one of the best drivers out there. He's going to run well, but road courses are not his best racetracks. He's just not as good there. He's average, maybe a little above average, but he's priced at an ace. He's not an ace. Now, could he win it and get his first road course win? Yeah, he could. He's a great driver, but Brad's a little off my radar for that price. And just looking at his stats, I think I can go maximize my points elsewhere for a cheaper price as well. Joey Logano, 9,200, starting in the 5th place. He does have one road course win. His stats are slightly better than Brad Keselowski, starting in the 5th position. I'm probably not going to be looking too much at Joey Logano either. Then we get to Eric Jones at 9,000, starting in the 20th position. Now we're talking because he's a little cheaper. Oh, wait, he's 9,000. How do they price Eric Jones at 9,000? What is happening? Eric Jones is supposed to be 8,000. So at 9,000, starting in 20th position, his points differential is in the positive because he has an average finish of 16.13. So he could definitely move up. He has 0 wins on a road course, but he's got 5 top 10s. So he is actually the best percentage-wise for top 10s. He's got 8 races, 5 of them top 10s. So maybe 9,000 doesn't look so bad. Eric Jones is on my radar. I'll have a little bit of Eric Jones there. Then we get to Matt Kenseth, 6,700, starting in the 16th position. Road courses over his great career, he's averaging 17.97. Oh, he has not run well at all lately. After his 2nd place finish at Indy, it's gone downhill from there. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I know he's new to the team. The car's new. They had a new crew chief last week. But at 6,700, starting in the 16th position, I would say he's fairly safe. I'll be looking at that. If I need the salary relief, I will definitely be looking at Matt Kenseth. But then we drop down to Ryan Newman, 6,300. A little cheaper than Matt Kenseth. He's starting 14th, starting a little bit above Matt Kenseth. So I don't like that quite as much. But he has an average finish of 15.87, which is a little better than Kenseth. And his stats are actually better than Kenseth. Kenseth only had 2 top 5s out of his entire career on road courses. Newman, 3. Newman, 11 top 10s. 28 top 20s. He's led 31 laps on road courses. Kenseth, he's only led 3 laps. Newman looks to be a better play, and he's cheaper. I like that. Then we get to William Byron at 8,600, starting in the 13th position. Byron has an average finish of 18.83. He's -6 in points differential, but you're going to see a lot of guys are in the negative. There are just a few guys in the positive. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. But starting 13th, he hasn't been running that great. His stats are okay, maybe just average. Nothing real special. At 8,600, I think I'd rather go somewhere else. And then we get to Denny Hamlin, 9,400. Denny has been running exceptional lately. He's been competing for the lead, seems like week in and week out. It's been him and Harvick. But Denny hasn't had the best finishes at road courses. He's not bad, but it's not great either. He does have 1 win on road courses. But I'm just looking at it, 9,400 and starting in second place. I'm looking at some of these other guys to be passing him, and he's going to be dropping back. When somebody's starting up front, if I don't feel like they're going to stay up front, that means they're losing me points moving back. And that's where I've got to be careful. If I still think they're going to be in the top 10, sure. But if I think they may be dropping out of the top 10 and even maybe flirting with just a top 15, I've got to say no. I'm not going to do that. Now, Denny could very well get a top 10. The way he's been running, he could very well get a top 10. So I'm not scared to use him, but I could probably look elsewhere and try to maximize my points in other places too. Then we get to Chris Buescher, 6,600, starting in the 21st position. Average finish 20.27. Nothing really there to see. I guess he would be an okay play if you need a salary saver, 6,600. You could do worse. Not too bad. And now we get to Michael McDowell, 7,000, starting in 30th position. Average finish, 26. Okay. 0 top 5s. 0 top 10s. 8 top 20s. 0 laps led. 6 DNFs. So he's got 29% of DNFs. It's okay at 7,000. I'd much rather him be at 6,500, but that's not the case. 7,000, maybe, but I may look a little elsewhere too. So just kind of scroll on down here. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's been my dude. I recommend him usually every week because he's either first or last. He's Ricky Bobby. 6,500, starting 25th. All right. Pump the brakes. I'm pumping the brakes. Not playing Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on a road course. That's not his thing. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. wants to go fast. Road course, you got a lot of braking, you got left turns, you got right turns. This is not Stenhouse's deal here. We're going to pump the brakes on Stenhouse. I'm not playing Stenhouse unless I need a salary saver. At 6,500 is definitely attractive. But he's probably going to finish right about at that spot. His average finish is 24.75. So we'll see what happens when we're doing lineups. You could do a lot worse, but I don't see a lot of upside with Stenhouse. And we get to Brendan Gaughan, who's not an actual regular, but he has ran NASCAR before. He's at 7,500. Now, don't really let that scare you off. He's starting 39, so he's starting all the way in the back. He's not going to lose you any points. Even if he wrecks out on the first lap, he's still going to get you positive points. It's not much. 39th position does not have a lot of points to it, but you're not going to be in the negative. Brendan Gaughan's going to move up, though. All these guys down here in the red, he's going to pass all those guys. Probably going to pass these three, too. Maybe. I don't know about Matty D and Eric Almirola. But if he moves up 10 positions, if he moves up even more than that, you're golden. I know he's 7,500, so a little expensive for a guy that's not a regular. But let's just kind of look at his stats. He's kind of 0-0-0. But he doesn't have to get you a top 20. He finishes in 21st position. That's 18 extra points from just point differential alone. Not only is he going to get those, but he's also going to get the points for being in the 21st spot if he finishes there. I'm not saying he is, because that's going to be hard to predict, but he's going to move up. So I do like Brendan Gaughan there. Now, Ty Dillon, here's your salary saver, 5,800, starting in the 23rd position. He's got an average finish of 24.63. So his average finish is about where he's starting. He's got 2 top 20s, but he's got 0 DNS. So he should finish the race for you. If we're going by these stats, he should finish, shouldn't wreck. And if he finishes, he'll probably finish right around that spot. And at 5,800, you just saved a lot of salary to get some of those top guys that are going to maximize your points. And Ty Dillon just kept it steady. So I do like Ty Dillon. Matty D starting in 9th position, not interested. Eric Almirola starting in the 6th position, not interested. These guys both have average finishes outside the top 20. They're not road course racers. That's just not their deal. I don't like it. Quinn Hoff, 4,600, starting 35th. That's where he's going to finish. That's it. I mean, he's not going to kill you in points if he wrecks, but there is no upside to Quinn Hoff. I'm not playing him. Cole Custer, 7,600, one of our rookies. He is a rookie, one of the rookies that's starting further back that has great equipment. So he has differential point potential. I expect him to move up. If he doesn't wreck, he's going to get you some pretty decent points. So I do like some Cole Custer. Whenever you see a rookie that I have in green, I've got a little confidence in them. Tyler Reddick starting in 18th. It's okay. Use caution. Christopher Bell starting 15th. Okay. Use caution. Austin Dillon's out. Austin Dillon has tested positive for COVID-19. Remember, he just had a baby born recently, just a couple of weeks. So wishing Austin Dillon the best, speedy recovery. I hope that his wife and newborn were not exposed. So we wish Austin Dillon the best and hopefully a speedy recovery and he can get back to his family. All right, John Hunter Nemechek, 6,400, starting in 28th position. This is intriguing. I like it. Matter of fact, if I was one of those that did a fade in the colors, John Hunter Nemechek would be a greenish yellow because it's a little bit of caution, but a little bit of green too. I'm intrigued. So, I do like some John Hunter Nemechek. And all these guys in red, Garla, Poole, Sorensen's out, James Davison, Corey LaJoy, JJ Yeley, Timmy Hill. We're not playing them. And then we got Bubba Wallace starting in 19th. Bubba's not a road course racer. He just not does well here. Or, well, nobody has done well here because it's the first time they race it. But road courses in general. It's not Bubba's thing. Not playing Bubba. Ryan Preece, same thing. He doesn't do well on road courses. I'm not playing Ryan Preece. Garrett Smithley, nope. Stanton Barrett, nope. I know Ryan Preece at 5,100 though. Wow. Starting in 22nd. That is intriguing, but just road courses are not his thing. So be careful. I know some of these salaries, you look at them like, ooh, I know that name. They're cheap this week, but don't get caught up in that. Be smart about your lineups. Make the most informed lineups. So, with all that being said, good luck. We're all going to need it. This is something totally different. And thank you for watching the Fantasy Forecast Fast Lane Show. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay safe and stay cashing.